Hey everybody, Captain Joe here with Carolina Traditions Guide Company. You guys who follow my pages and stuff, you know me as an inshore fishing guide, but most of my early background as a kid and right up through the recession was um, offshore fishing. Not necessarily like billfish, marlin tournament stuff like that, but just kind of your typical deal, wahoo, king mackerel, stuff like that. And one of the things that was taught to me along the way, I think Captain Troy taught me this on the James Joyce, I think, but or CL, one or the other, CL Lufton. But the roller guides on your offshore trolling rods, when those freeze up, that's a big no-no, y'all. That's probably working at the tackle shop. A lot of you guys in the industry, you know about it, but working in the tackle shop, that's a big no-no. You get crowd running backing and stuff like that on there. When you get down that backing will cut, and that's because those roller guides aren't turning. So taking proper care of your offshore reels is very important. And one of those things is rinsing, washing, and lubricating those roller guides. So I'm going to turn it around here and show you kind of what I'm doing. I've gone through and I've already pre-sprayed all of these roller guides. Now you can buy bearing kits and stuff like that, but these were just corroded so far. I haven't found one yet that looks like it's going to need a bearing kit, which is like AFCO and them sell ceramic bearings and such like that. But for just those of you guys on the weekends, don't neglect those roller guides. They're very important. They're there for a reason. So I'm gonna switch the camera around and show you kind of what I'm doing here. All right. So got a old trolling rod here, one from the boat that I'll be working on. We're gonna turn it around. You see the roller guides here. This is what I'm referring to. You got a roller inside there. You got corrosion and stuff like that. I've already lubricated these. You can probably tell by how kind of shiny it is on the outside. All you need for this is I kind of like using big hollow core, but I've got like some 60-pound diamond here that I pulled off of one of the reels. And so what you're going to do is you're just going to take that, you're going to run it through that guide frame, you're going to put it around that bearing, and then what you do with both hands is you pull on it and you make sure this one's turning flawlessly. But you want to put pressure on it. It's flossing a guide is what it's called. We're going to go to this next one. I don't remember if I did that one or not, but we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go through the frame, go around that roller that's in there. Let me try to get it in there so I can show you. A little challenging to do one-handed and keep the camera at the right angle. There you go. So you see that line is around that bearing. Now let's see what we got here. Now this one's froze up. There we go. It just broke free. See? So looky there. That's how it's supposed to. You see how that bearing's turning inside there? You can see the actual roller turning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. I've got this one broke free. It broke free pretty easy. Of course, a good penetrant lubricant, like Cleanse Oil or something works good. But this is what you do if you have one that's really struck. You basically go all the way around the guide. So you took your line and you've gone all the way around the guide, and therefore you're putting more pressure on it. And I've actually had to do this where I put the line around the roller twice and pull down on the same angle so that you're putting maximum pressure on there. And a lot of times you can get it broke free, and then I'm actually pulling this back and forth, flossing it now, but the line is once wrapped completely around the roller, and I'm just pulling with right now slight pressure on each end, and it's turning well. It doesn't feel like there's any problems with the bearings inside there. Nothing. You can see that bearing, that roller turning. But I'm gonna switch back here. Very important, guys. We've had clients bring in reels at the tackle shop, rods and reels. Something's wrong with this reel, something's wrong with this rod, and they're just a few months old, but because they were completely neglected, the roller guides aren't turning. And so when your braid, your backing, or your hollow core hits that roller, it's going to create friction, and it's going to wear down, because what is braid, all braid, whether it's hollow core or regular braid, what is its weak point? Friction and chafing is its weak point. Pulling straight on it's really strong. You're not gonna even like, I think 20-pound regular braid like you fish with on a spinning reel has like 40-50 pound break strength, or it may be higher than that, like 70, I think 70 some pounds or something, if you just pull directly on with no knots, no crimps, nothing, in a perfect world. But when you put pressure on that braid, whether it's a chafe or friction, it's going to wear that braid down, and it's going to break a lot easier. Another problem with surf fishing is that braid dips down and touches the sand, and it chafes, and so when you get a big fish on, you lose it. That's why you always run a top shot. Same with your trolling reels. That's the purpose of the top shot. So that way, if you get around the boat, you've got the mono, you've got the stretch factor when the fish hits, when you crank down on the drag. But in order for that braid to function properly, you have got to keep those roller bearings freed up. So I wasn't trying to bash anybody. I took thought of this as an opportunity to teach some people something that we saw a lot of at the tackle shop. So here you go, guys. Keep those roller bearings freed up. Wash them, dry them, keep them clean. And then also, once in a while, hold it over the back of the boat or set it on the dock and coat it down with a good CRC or a good penetrating lubricant or some cleanse oil. Hit it up real good with something and just keep those bearings freed up. All right, guys. Till next time, tight lines. Take it easy.